Welcome to the first episode of Versus in about 10 million trillion years.
Today we're pitting Captain Toad Treasure Tracker for the Wii U against Kula World for the PlayStation, or Roll Away as it is called in North America.
I like the name Kula World.
It sounds better.
A bit random, I know, but bear with us. It will all make sense at the end of the video. So, let's zoom in! Zoom!
Straight off the train to Siberia, Captain Toad beats Kula World in the fact that the game actually has a story. It's not a complicated one, as it simply involves the two Toads trying to get a star and one of them getting kidnapped by a giant freakish bird, but still, at least it does provide context for your puzzle-solving exploits. Also, you get to play as Toad, a character I adore. In fact, I adore Toad so much that I asked for a Toad for my dad for Christmas. Unfortunately, he got me a genuine Toad, which I named Mike.
Kula World, on the other hand, features a beach ball that breathes with no explanation why.
Of course, it doesn't really matter, as both games prioritize their gameplay over needless story.
Kula World is simplistic in its approach, but complex in its design. You can jump, roll, and move the camera, and it's these basic tools that you'll be using to complete the game's various puzzles. As you progress, new items and environmental obstacles will appear, including springs that will send you flying, and pills that will send the ball on a distorting drug trip.
Captain Toad has a similar approach in terms of its gameplay, with the game featuring simple controls that are so easy to pick up, even a flamingo could play it. The game is clever in how it uses features from previous Mario games, and applies them in a puzzle setting. For instance, plucking plants have been pulled literally from Super Mario Bros. 2, the hammer is taken from the original Donkey Kong, and the player-controlled camera is taken from Super Mario 64. Or Ziplin, the line graphic space game from Germany.
Both games are fun and offer plenty of challenge. However, Captain Toad doesn't get nearly as hard as Kula World, as some of Kula World's later levels are so mind-numbingly tough, your head will literally fly off.
Despite Kula World's tougher game design, Captain Toad does feature boss battles and fun minecart levels where you fire turnips using the Wii U gamepad. So it does spice up the gameplay more, although purists will argue that they are just distracting you from the game's core design, like Paul Giamatti's beard. Visually, Captain Toad is a beautiful game, lovingly detailed and shaded and accompanied with a chirpy soundtrack. However, it should be noted that a lot of the tracks that feature have been used in Super Mario 3D World, making the game feel slightly cheap like a prostitute.
Meanwhile, Kula World's graphics go for a simplistic approach, mainly taking place in floating blocks in the air. But that's not a negative, it's a positive. Complaining about Kula World's simple graphics would be like complaining about Tetris, not having a montage of space in the background during gameplay. It would be pointless and distracting. Kula World's soundtrack contrasts with Toad's in that it's a lot more hypnotic and mellow. It's the kind of soundtrack you expect to hear when entering another dimension.
So that's it, but now it's your chance to choose the winner. Will Captain Toad beat the bouncing beach ball, or will it be the other way around? Vote using the SurveyMonkey link in the description, and the winner will be revealed in 2 weeks' time.
Get voting.
Get voting.